Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nvidia price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and starting on the weekly chart here for the all-time history. We are looking at a 1, a 2, 3, 4 and a 5 toward the upside, finishing a wave 3 in the yellow count, 4 and a 5 finishing the wave 3 in the orange count, meaning you have double 1 2s and then 3 4 5, 4 and a 5 still looking for Nvidia, of course, for higher prices. Now, did we finish this wave 4 in the orange scenario? Of course, we need to take a look here. Now, definitely we have finished a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 has finished in a bigger ending diagonal here, finishing this wave 3 as well. If we take a closer look at the daily, on the daily chart, we can see, of course, here there is some correction toward the downside. And of course, this impulse has reached somehow the 1.618. However, as you can see, the retracement can of course be very deep here. Don't forget that this can be as well 1 2 3 4 5 in this way, finished of course an impulse, and you're looking for a very high retracement currently, which is very green for Nvidia, and probably still looking for one more wave toward the downside. However, because of this very green scenario here that we are looking at 1 2 3 4 and 5, it is an impulse toward the upside, which of course might signal a continuation so far for higher prices from here. And that means, of course, probably that you have bottomed here for a wave 4 in the orange scenario, knowing that this is a very shallow wave 4, of course, regarding the big wave 4 that we saw in the orange scenario on the weekly, on the all-time history. So as you can see, your wave 2 here is a very long time range, right? For, here, exactly. It is, longer than what we see in the top. So at least you would like to see the same in the top time, or at least the half of it. But this did not reach even the half. So I would say we are probably something unfolding inside this wave here. It can be possible. It can be possible, of course, if we reach for a higher wave here, probably 1 2 1 2, and then in a triple 1 2s, and then 3 4 5 4 5. But this will be, of course, a very extended wave 5, meaning it is preferably then to call this as double 1 2 here, or a big 1 2, somehow like this 1 2 3, and then 4 and a 5. As you can see, this is very extended, so preferably to call double 1 2s, and then an extended wave 3 4 and a 5, of course, toward the upside. This would be much more, of course, healthier. However, we need still, of course, to make sure that we move for higher first. And that means, of course, we need to continue this impulse toward the upside on the 4-hour chart here. As you can see, you have 1 2 3 4 5. If we see now a wave 2 toward the downside and continuation for higher, that means, of course, your bullish scenario is unfolding. And your target for a wave 2 is perfectly given between those green box. For a wave 2 would be preferably, of course, the minimum target is 0.38, but of course the 0.5 can still be a common target as well. So in this area, if we see a retracement and continuation toward the upside, breaking this level, this is a 100% confirmation for bullish scenario. Unless, of course, we see a zigzag with a 1-to-1 fib level given here. And on the 1-to-1 fib level, we have to re-estimate and reanalyze the structure. If we, of course, continue or overshoot the 1-to-1 fib level, meaning not a zigzag, not a zigzag formation, continuation toward the upside, then therefore this is a, of course, wave 3 and continuation for higher prices, and it might be, of course, a very impulsive toward the upside, because of course this might transform to a wave 3. So here you might have 1 2 1 2, and then 3 4 and a 5 4 and a 5. So these are probably the scenarios that it might unfold for the next bull run. Or it can be, guys, as well, and don't forget that you have finished a wave 1 here. If it is a corrective, it can still, of course, range somewhere here in case we finish in a zigzag. And be careful that even if we take the high here and we take it as a zigzag, it might transform into an expanding flat. So a wave C, of course, which is the most common flat, that we see on the chart, that it can unfold. Of course, it can transform into an expanding flat, coming back to the blue zone area, and of course I see lower prices in this case, and probably finishing away for this scenario. All right. Yeah, in this case, I would say let's watch and see, and be careful from the 1-to-1 fib level. Let's give the chart here a 1-to-1. So let's say if we have this wave 1-to-1, exactly this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, the 1-to-1 fib level will overshoot the new all-time high. But be careful, this might be, of course, in a zigzag where you have 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then, of course, wave C toward the downside. So currently we are, of course, in a green, and probably in case if you are bullish, so you have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 actually, so it's an impulse. Don't forget that it can be a wave 2 or it can be a zigzag, wave A, B, and a C. So basically we need to see in both case scenarios retracement toward the downside and continuation toward the upside in both case scenarios. The key level is your 154 as 1-to-1 fib level. From this area, if we see an overshoot for the price action, you can continue your trade. Of course, with a bullish, if you see retracement toward the downside with a 5 waves formation, 3 waves up again, and breaking this level, then this is your confirmation for bearish. And of course, we might be in a bigger expanding flat toward the downside, hitting the blue box perfectly as required. That was it for Nvidia. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.